Calling to order the Zoning Board of Adjustment, Raritan Township, New Jersey, regular meeting, June 19, 2025. Notice of meeting. The notice requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act has been satisfied by the placing of a notice of this meeting on the bulletin board at the municipal building, filing same with the township clerk, and transmitting same to the Hunter County Democrat, the Courier News, the Star Ledger, and the Trenton Times. Roll call, please.
Chairwoman, Ms. Cynthia Schaefer.
Here.
Vice Chair, Mr. Rasul Damji.
Here.
Mr. Steve Farcio has asked to be excused. Mr. Randy Block.
Here.
Mr. Jim Ferrero.
Here.
Ms. Lindsay Cool-Brangel.
Here.
Ms. Lorette Cretina.
Here.
Ms. Donna Drews.
Here.
Mr. James Miller, he has asked to be excused. Board professionals, Board Attorney, Mr. John Drill.
Here.
Township Planner, Mr. Jeffrey Fagarella.
Here.
And all other board professionals have asked to be excused. And just for the record, Board Secretary Taylor Vaughn here.
Okay, can I get a motion to excuse Steve Farcio and James Miller?
So move. Second.
Can I get a vote, please?
Chairwoman, Ms. Cynthia Schaefer.
Yes.
Mr. Rasul Damji.
Yes.
Mr. Randy Block.
Yes.
Mr. Jim Ferrero.
Yes.
Ms. Lindsay Cool-Brangel.
Yes.
Ms. Lorette Cretina.
Yes.
Ms. Donna Drews.
Yes.
Okay, great. Moving on to comments, announcement, distribution, correspondence. Seeing none, we'll move on to meeting minutes, which is, wait a minute. Oh, here we are. Okay, meeting minutes from the April 17, 2025. Can I get a motion to approve?
Cynthia, I have a question about him.
Sure.
I second it.
Nope, she's asking a question.
Oh.
Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, so I was
Whoever's talking, we
looking at,
can't hear them.
Okay,
Make
go
sure
is
your
ahead.
this any better?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes,
Under 11A, I was wondering if we can add a sentence that says that basically states what the action was by the board with regard to Fred Krantz. So, for instance, it doesn't have to be this exact wording, but just to say the board approved the project with conditions and a resolution is being prepared by the BOA legal counsel, like some sentence like that. That
Yeah,
just,
so like maybe like in this case, since an action was taken, we would just say that, and then God forbid if, say, a different application, if it was going to be carried to another hearing date with or without need for further notice.
exactly.
Does that sound good, John?
yep.
Okay, so we're going to approve with that change?
Yes.
Okay. Can I get a motion to approve? I'll approve.
I'll second.
Vote, please. Roll call.
One moment.
Mm-hmm.
Chairwoman, Ms. Cynthia Schaefer,
Yes.
Vice Chair, Mr. Rasul Damji,
Yes.
Mr. Randy Block.
Can't vote.
You were
On the
there.
meeting minutes?
No, I thought you were talking about Fred Krantz.
Yeah, but you
Oh,
can vote for them.
You can
You
still
vote
vote for the minutes?
Yes.
Okay.
Ms. Lorette Cretina,
Yes,
Ms. Donna Drews.
Yes.
You weren't here.
You weren't here?
You weren't here, Jim.
Okay. All right, great. Thank you. Moving on to the meeting minutes from May 15th.
So the vote to adopt was 3 in favor with everyone else abstaining because they weren't there. Is that correct?
No, Randy could vote. There's meeting minutes.
I understand. So what's the vote?
It was
to
four.
adopt the meeting minutes.
Four.
Okay,
No, actually, I'm sorry, it's five.
No, yeah, it's Donna too.
Yeah, Donna,
It's Donna, I'm sorry, Lindsay and Jim were not here.
correct.
Apologies.
The easiest meeting. Making them work.
Five.
just do me a favor. Can you do that roll call vote again? And
Absolutely.
call everybody, and if someone's not there, say, I abstain, I wasn't there.
Chairwoman, Ms. Cynthia Schaefer.
Yes.
Vice Chair, Mr. Rasul Damji,
Yes.
Mr. Randy Block,
Yes.
Ms. Lorette Cretina,
yes.
Ms. Donna Drews.
Yes.
Okay, and the other people abstained because you weren't there, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay,
Thank you.
moving on to the meeting minutes from May 15th. Is there anything,
I have the same thing.
the same comment?
Yep, so with regards to Seoga, there was a hearing, we approved with conditions, and a resolution was being prepared.
Okay. Carol,
Yeah.
you okay with that?
Yeah,
Donna, you-
the last sentence in that paragraph 11 where it says attaches this transcript from the hearing, it's an incomplete sentence.
Yep, you got me on that.
Yeah,
Okay.
so. And we might want to, do we want to, John, would it be appropriate to reference them as certified transcripts or
No,
just transcripts?
Transcript, that's the minutes of that hearing.
Okay, yep, okay.
okay, can I get a motion to approve with those changes? I'll
So
approve.
moved.
Second, I'll second.
All right. Chairwoman, Miss Cynthia Schaefer.
Yes.
Mr. Randy Block,
Yes.
Miss Lorette Cortina,
Yes,
Miss Donna Drews.
Yes,
Okay, moving on to the
Well,
resolutions
so
for
that
this
means
evening.
there are 3 abstentions on that one, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, moving on to the resolutions for the evening. There's one, Raritan Township Board of Adjustment, Christopher Sorello, 766 County Road 579, Block 59, lots 28 and 29, application BOA-01-2025. Resolution memorializing grant of 2 C2 variances to allow 1, a total of 1,901 square foot of accessory structure on the property where a total of 800 square feet of accessory structure is the maximum permitted, and 2, the construction of an accessory pole barn in front of the dwelling where no accessory structure is permitted in front of a principal structure. Resolution number 2025-09, version 2025-06-11-V2. Any questions, concerns, or changes? Hearing none, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
I'll say.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Chairwoman, Miss Cynthia Schaefer,
Yes.
Vice Chair, Mr. Russell Domji,
Yes.
Mr. Randy Block,
Yes.
Miss Lorette Cortina,
yes,
Miss Lindsay Cool-Bringell,
yes,
Miss Donna Drews.
yes,
Okay, moving on to the applications for this evening. First application, BOA case number 06-2024, applicant CE Main Street LLC. Location block 41, lot 63, 181 Old Croton Road. Applications for a time extension request for obtaining signatures of final plan and zoning construction. Good evening.
Good evening, members of the board. I am.
I'm gonna need you to either speak directly into that microphone or if you would like, how you can have a seat right here in the microphone.
Right, correct, because we can't hear you on Zoom.
I think
You
it
can't hear
would be
this?
better if you sat there.
Why don't you sit down and use the table mic? It's much better, thank you.
Okay,
Let's start again. Let me.
good.
If it's red, then it's on.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, now we can.
Good. Thank you. My name is Donald Maurice. I am an attorney at the law firm of Maurice, which will represent the applicant CE Main Street LLC. I am also a member of CE Main Street LLC, along with my wife, Linda. We obtained a variance from the respective board in December 19 of last year, 2025. That variance was necessary to allow us to develop the lot at 181 Old Croton Road, purpose of which will be for our home. Currently live in Raritan Township, White House Station. Our kids are gone, want to build a home here. As part of the conditions of the variance, we were to obtain certain approvals. Stormwater management was one. The engineer, our ARKF, John Hansen, has made that application. I believe we've received back. I'll call it a conditional approval. Some things have to be done on that. We also have to obtain soil erosion, right, the soil commission. That application has been made. It was made in April, or maybe even as early as March. It's still pending. The real problem, and the reason why my letter requested until December is, even though I have a DEP letter of interpretation as to the wetlands, even though I have what they call a general permit from DEP to bring the driveway across those wetlands, when you bring utilities across wetlands, which is the electrical service, I have to obtain yet another permit.
Oh.
My experience is that takes a long time. We applied for that permit, I believe, well, first we had to obtain from JCP&L where they wanted to pull the line from. After that was determined, I think in March or April, my engineers prepared the application and submitted it to DEP. My engineers have been diligent. They actually found out who is handling that application, and in late May, scheduled a meeting with that person who would not be available to speak with us until June 26th. That gives you an idea of what I'm dealing with. I can't move forward with the property until I have this permit from DEP to run the electric line.
Hold up for 1 second. This is, your approval resolution is 2024-12, correct?
Yes,
And what condition are we talking about? Are you talking about the plan revision, condition number 1, or are you talking about the condition regarding how long you have to pull the construction permits?
no, the one that would expire or did expire on June 5.
Which condition is that? Condition 1, which is the plan
Number 1.
revisions? Huh?
John, it's number 1.
Okay, so we're
The plan
talking about
revision.
condition number 1, which was plan revisions were supposed to be done by June 5, 2025. So just tell us, what kind of extension are you looking for? June 5, 2025 to when? When do you want that? When are you seeking to have that extended to?
A 6-month extension till December.
So December 5,
2020.
2025. Now, let's assume for argument's sake that you get all those plan revisions made and you get the plans signed by December 5, 2025. Take a look at condition 17. Are you still going to be okay with condition 17? You have until December 5, 2026 to apply for zoning and construction permits. You still going to be okay with
Attorney
that?
Drill, at this point, I would say yes, because I haven't finalized those plans. At this point, the home that we propose to put there would be a modular home. So I'm not
okay.
too worried. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
too
okay,
worried.
so you started off by saying that you needed still to do stormwater plan revisions.
Yeah, I think some revisions have to be made according to the comments we received in response. I don't think they're significant from what I
Right.
saw.
Okay, but how is the fact that you need NJDEP permits for utilities, how's that relevant to plan revisions condition?
You mean 17?
No, condition 1. You just said you don't need an extension of condition 17. You want an extension of condition 1 regarding making the plan revisions. You want that extended from June 5, 2025 to December 5, 2025. So why can't you do plan revisions without having NJDEP permits for utilities?
We don't know where we're going to put the utilities. We don't know if they're going to approve where we suggested to pull them. That's the understanding I have from my engineers.
Or Jeff, do the plans right now show proposed utility locations?
I believe that's one of the outstanding items of the determination of, I believe it was going to be underground, but it's going to be, they just need to know where exactly it's going to be located. So
Now I
it's
understand.
relevant.
Now I understand why it's relevant. Okay, I understand.
Okay.
So,
Quite frankly, unless board members have any other questions, I don't think you have to say anything else unless you want to.
No, thank you, Attorney Drill.
okay. So we're good to approve the extension? No, no rejection. So can I get a vote?
So someone want to make a motion to modify condition number 1 to grant a 6-month extension from June 5, 2025 to December 5, 2025. That would be, someone want to make that motion?
Yeah, hold on. Jim has a question. Go ahead, Jim.
It's 6 months, realistically, enough time. Otherwise, you're gonna be back here.
Well, put it this
I
way,
think-
Jim. If he doesn't get this done within 6 months, he's gonna need to get an extension on condition number 17. That's why I asked him about 17.
Yeah, I don't mind coming back. It's really, as long as you guys aren't inconvenienced, at least you know what's happening
Yeah.
and that we're acting diligently.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate
Okay.
it. I have no problem.
Can I get a motion?
I'll make the move.
Thank you, Jim.
second it.
Randy seconded. Can I get a vote?
Chairwoman, Ms. Cynthia Schaefer,
Yes.
Vice Chair, Mr. Russell Domji,
Yes.
Mr. Randy Block,
Yes.
Mr. Jim Ferrero,
Yes.
Ms. Lorette Kretina,
Yes.
Ms. Lindsay Cool-Brangel,
Yes.
and Ms. Donna Drews.
Yes,
Thank you for coming in and
Thank you
explaining
for
it.
your time.
All right, next application, BOA case number 21-2024. Applicant is Pioneer Developers, Inc. Location is Block 36, Lot 13, 180 Pennsylvania Avenue. Applications for a time extension request for consideration number 5A in the resolution number 2025-03. Good evening.
Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board, Kara Kaczynski, McNally, Yaros, Kaczynski, and Lime, here on the time extension request that the chair just outlined to you. It is condition 5A, and this is with regard to the tree remediation work that was specified. There was a deadline of June 1st. Most recently, there was a site meeting conducted with John Morgan Thomas and the client. He, as a result of that site meeting, prepared 2 letters to the township engineer. I believe the board has copies of those. One dated June 4th, one dated June 6th, and they updated of the status of what has been completed and what remains to be completed. I got an email from my client earlier today that indicated that the additional mulch that was outlined in those letters has been, it is continuing, it's almost completed, but the overarching issue has been the weather. And that has basically been what's prohibited them from completing. The spading, as you saw in the letters, can't be completed under certain conditions. Work in general can be completed under certain conditions. So that's why we're requesting the extension. The extension is requested through the end of August. Again, just out of an abundance of caution, I certainly don't think it's going to take that long. They'd love to have it completed tomorrow if they could. So I'm just asking for that time period so we don't have to come back.
Kara, can you read condition 5A slowly into the record? I have the resolution in front of me, but just to make sure all the board members, I want them to hear what the condition says. And then I
Sure.
think it'll be easier for them to judge the request for the extension.
Absolutely. So condition 5A states,
On
all
page 15.
page 15, all tree remediation work, including excess soil removal, hydraulic soil injection, air spade radial trenching, addition of organic matter, fertilization, and mulching shall be commenced immediately and completed by June 1st, 2025, all in accordance with the tree remediation report and plan, which was submitted to the board during the hearing. Additional tree remediation work, including inspections and reporting, shall be completed according to the schedule outlined in the tree remediation report and plan.
Now, John Thomas, we didn't want to have him charge the applicant's escrow account by making an appearance. So he sent me an email, which I'm going to read into the record. This is from John Thomas to me, and I will forward it to the board secretary and to Kara after the meeting tonight. It says, John, I understand that Pioneer will be back before the board tomorrow night. So this was sent to me yesterday with a request for an extension of time for the tree remediation work. I received a phone call from Steve Pataki from DMR this afternoon. Again, this is yesterday. Please be advised that our office has been monitoring the work. Significant progress has been made with the arborist's work, and I would estimate that the work is around 90% complete. The remaining work consists of adding additional wood chip mulch by DMR and the arborist filing a report documenting the work. The remedial work involving the air spade radial trenching was delayed significantly by the continued wet weather, but is now complete. That's John's email. I interpret the email as saying John Thomas supports the request for the extension.
I agree. Does anybody have any questions? Hearing
Just
none.
for-
Thank you, John.
Wait,
Go ahead,
just,
John.
just one question. Kara, you mentioned 2 letters that were sent to the township from John Morgan Thomas. Jeff, do you have them, or Taylor? Is that-
We have them, but
Okay,
after Kara stated that she would be here, she
Yeah.
kind of scratched me sending them out.
Right.
okay,
I agree with that. To send those letters out will just further complicate things. John
Okay.
Thomas, in my opinion, has
Okay.
succinctly stated the issue.
I
Actually,
just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure we had them for the record in case
Yeah.
anything came up in the future.
I was actually cringing when Kara opened up by referencing the 2 letters.
Okay. Well,
Well, I didn't know
my,
you got an email, so I would have known about the email.
yeah,
Now, Kara, what's the date of your letter requesting the extension?
June 3rd.
And I know I have it somewhere, but do me a favor. Email me that letter. Whenever you email me that letter, in the email, ask me to send you the John Thomas email. That way I will be sure not to forget, because right now I'm on vacation. So my mind's not totally in the game.
You
And
got
just
it.
in case, I'll be reminding you guys as well.
That's great, beautiful thing.
Okay. All right. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Can I get a vote, please?
I'm sorry, that was Randy and Lorette.
Yes.
Chairwoman, Ms. Cynthia Schaefer.
Yes.
Vice Chair, Mr. Rasul Domji.
Yes.
Mr. Randy Block.
Yes.
Mr. Jim Ferrero. Ms. Lindsay Cool Brengel.
Yes.
Ms. Lorette Cortina.
Yes.
Ms. Donna Drews.
yes,
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay,
Next
moving
one.
on to the next application for this evening, BOA case number 12-2020. Applicant is the Fudge Shop Land Group LLC, location block 36, lot 65, 10 Millbrook Place. Application for a minor site plan with D variance relief for manufacturing use and residential use in the B3 zone. And this is for an update. Someone has an update?
So, I
Yes,
mean, it's
I
up
think
to,
that our board secretary has an update in terms of a letter she's going to read from the applicant's attorney, and then Jeff may want to add something if he deems fit, if he sees fit.
okay. So this is a letter from the attorney. The attorney's firm is Large, Scamell, and DeZinger LLC. This is addressed to me. It's dated June 19th, 2025. Dear Ms. Vaughn, as you know, I represent applicant The Fudge Shop with respect to 2 pending applications before the board for various relief for block 36, lot 65, and lot 68. We were calendared for tonight's meeting, June 19th, but as discussed last week, we are now unable to proceed tonight because I was recently informed by Mr. Vaccarella's review that we now need to file a 3rd application for lot 66 as well. Unfortunately, by the time I learned from Mr. Vaccarella that we needed a separate application for lot 66, the deadline for publication / legal advertisement in the Star Ledger to provide public notice for the June 19th meeting had already passed. I was further informed by Mr. Vaccarella that July and August meeting dates are already filled and that the earliest we can come before the board is at the September meeting. The applicant's engineer, Steve Parker, PE, is working on the issues / application for lot 66, and I hope to file the application for lot 66 as soon as possible. I thank the board, Ms. Vaughn, and Mr. Vaccarella for their patience and understanding as we continue to work on these applications. Very truly yours, Mr. Scott D. Bullock, attorney for the applicant.
It is a separate application. They can't just add the lot to the
Why
current
don't you let
application.
Jeff, I think at this point you should explain.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just verbally, you had, you had it in your report, and give a little history of what the applicant had, proposed to the board, what the board said at that time, et cetera, et cetera.
So I prepared a memo based on their most recent submission, and they included lot 68 to the application with the existing conditions, but when it was shown, a portion of their driveway, macadam and gravel, is actually located on lot 66. So that prompted a comment stating that that has to be included, which was not known to the board at an earlier time that could have resolved some time delay. But in another conversation that I had with Mr. Bullock was that they actually are thinking about having an internal driveway connecting all three lots. So that's what's also going to come into play with their application. He said that they may have had time to submit, but they're having some internal discussions as far as the operation. So
Okay.
as far as the September date, that's obviously up to you guys, but that's also going to be dependent on when they can submit.
Right, so we're not going to put them on September yet,
No.
but if they submit the application and we can accommodate that, we will.
And I also just want to know for the record, and I think John will agree, but their current time is September 30th. Did you want me to ask for October,
Yeah, quite frankly, they-
November?
yeah, I would ask for November, and when they file this new application, it technically has to be deemed complete. So it's gonna restart the whole thing anyway, but ask for November.
Okay, yeah. I'm not gonna, I'm getting very confused with how the application is for this one. There's
I
like
know.
3.
If the board recalls, they started with an application for one lot. And then we
Mhm.
realized, no, they were doing something in one of the basements of the building on the other lot that have to include that lot. And then we asked, well, there's another lot in between the two lots. You know, if you're gonna be crossing there, and they said, oh, no, we're not gonna cross there, we're gonna cross on the road. Okay, well, now it turns out, if you look at the plans, they're going over that third lot that they said they weren't gonna go over. So I think the applicant and the applicant attorney probably think that we're like being sticklers, but maybe we are, but it's not because we're being sticklers for the sole purpose of being sticklers, but we're being sticklers because that's what the law requires.
Yeah,
I have a feeling that
Okay.
this one, that they may complain to the mayor or something about this, because I think they think they're being picked on, but they're not. I don't want to say any negative comments about their professionals or anything.
Yeah, they
But if
should have
they were all
known.
on the same page,
Yeah.
I don't think this would be happening.
so
Yeah.
maybe at some point we document what's happened, just to have it in our back pockets or to send to the mayor as reference.
Yeah, we have emails, we have
Yeah, okay,
reports.
all right. So that was the status. So the next thing we want to do is we want to go into closed
Yeah,
session.
so I'm gonna suggest that someone move the following motion, a motion to go into closed session to discuss pending litigation, specifically Flemington 202 properties versus the Raritan Township Municipal Authority, the Raritan Township Planning Board, and the Raritan Township Board of Adjustment. And the purpose of the closed session is not only to discuss the pending litigation, but a recently, I don't want to say completed, recently, a mediation which recently occurred and may continue, and also to get attorney-client confidential privilege advice from me where confidentiality is required for me to exercise my ethical duties as an attorney. And because it's going to involve attorney-client privileged advice, that the minutes of the closed session will probably not be made public. So someone want to say so moved?
So moved.
Second.
Is there a
Lorette
second?
Lorette seconded. Yeah, Lorette
Lorette.
seconded.
Okay, just give me a couple minutes.
Can you
All right,
roll
I'll
call
go shut-
this?
Oh, yes, sorry. Chairwoman, Miss Cynthia Schaefer?
Yes.
Vice Chair, Mr. Russell Adamchi?
Yes.
Mr. Randy Block?
Yes.
Mr. Jim Ferrero? Ms. Lindsay Cool Brangel?
Yes.
Miss Lorette
Yeah.
Cortina?
Yes.
Miss Donna Drews?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the first closed session. There'll be a second closed session. We're gonna do the closed sessions together, but they'll have separate minutes, and I want to suggest separate resolutions to go into closed session. Second closed session is to discuss a personnel matter. And that the minutes of that would be released once the personnel matter is resolved. So does someone want to make a motion to go into that second closed session?
I'll make the motion.
I second it.
Brandy seconded.
Okay. Chairwoman, Ms. Cynthia Schaefer.
Yes.
Vice Chair, Ms. Ursula Domji,
Yes.
Mr. Randy Block.
Yes.
Mr. Jim Ferrero. Jim?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Ms. Lindsay Cooper-Gell,
Yes.
Ms. Lorette Cortina,
Yes.
Ms. Donna Drews.
Yes.
Okay. And
Now,
let me just.
If you,
Hold on, she's stopping the recording.
yeah, I would like to be able to have everyone stay where they are, keep everyone on this Zoom, and just kill the PA system if you can, so no one can listen in the hall, but if you can't, we'll just try to talk quietly.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to just talk quiet.
Yeah, so
Can
I
you
did
add-
close the door and I did check to make sure no one was in the lobby. Everyone should have left.
Yeah.
And I think for our sanity, John, I'm gonna just close the meeting. You guys just click the same Zoom link and it won't be recorded, just like last
You know
time.
what? That's a great idea. Why don't we do
Okay.
that and we'll come out of the
See you.
Zoom, go back into the Zoom. And just so you know, Cynthia and I had talked about this. We had talked about just one closed session for the personnel matter. And that's why Taylor handed out an update, but I figured if we're going in once, we might as well go in if anyone has any questions about that. And I hadn't realized, I knew I'd be on Zoom, but I forgot that Lindsay and Donna were gonna be on Zoom. And so you
Mhm.
didn't get the handout. So,
I have it though.
no,
but
I
I could put on-
understand.
Oh,
I
yeah,
understand.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so in any event, why don't we click out of the Zoom and click back in?
Will do.
Okay, so now we're back in open session. So Cynthia, you wanted to make a motion, I think,
Yeah, we want to make a motion to close the close
and open the open?
and open the open. Can I get a motion?
So move.
I say,
Do I need a vote or just all in favor?
yes.
Get a
Yeah,
vote?
do a roll call just to make, yeah.
Okay,
Chairwoman, Ms. Cynthia Schaefer,
yes.
Vice Chair, Ms. Ursula Domji,
Yes.
Mr. Randy Block,
Yes.
Mr. Jim Ferrero.
Yes.
Ms. Lindsay Cooper-Gell,
Yes.
Ms. Lorette Cortina,
Yes.
Ms. Donna Drews.
Yes.
Okay, now I can make a motion to close the open meeting.
Now you make a motion to adjourn, right?
Make a motion to adjourn. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, thank you, everyone.
Okay,
Time in Cape May.
yeah, thanks for letting me zoom in so I could stay
Bye,
down
guys.
here.
Bye, guys.
Bye.